What is your worth? Have you ever thought how valuable you are? Have you ever sat down and calculated, the value of your health? You are more than $1 million. Ladies and gentlemen from all around this wonderful world. Hola, as I say it in Spanish. Welcome to my new channel. Today is the day. And the question that you're going to answer is very simple. This question has been asked over and over, and many people know about it. It's all about what is your worth? What is your worth? Over the years, you've seen Forbes, list the most or the richest people in the world, the billionaires, the multimillionaires, and all kind of stuff. And I came to wonder and ask myself, will really money, oil and all these resources that we work hard for be really relevant and important if we human beings were not there? Guess what? Nothing would make value without your presence. And therefore today I want to engineer some sense into you. Have you ever sat down and actually calculated the worth of information that you have? Have you ever sat down and calculated the value of your health? In terms of your organs, in terms of your arms, your legs, your eyes, and all these things. Do you know how much money is spent on healthcare alone? You are really valuable. You are more than $1 million without your car, houses, business, blah, 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 etc. So take a pen and paper, as I've taken mine, and I want you to write down this. Number one, right lung transplants. That's number one. Number two, kidney transplants. Number three, heart transplant. Number four, arm prosthetics. Number five, leg prosthetics. Number six, brain surgery. Number seven, eye cornea transplant. Number eight, stomach surgery. Number nine, intellectual capital, the information you have, the knowledge that you've acquired over the years. And number 10, bone marrow transplant. Now, you'll realize something about that list. I have actually listed your most important organs, that make you healthy. You've agreed with me. For you to function properly in any business, you're required to be healthy. And no one can put you in business when you're unhealthy. So, in short, it is your health that is the most valuable thing in all businesses. So, if you hear your boss talking about, overworking you and all things when you're sick and all that, guy, it's important for you to know your health comes first. Don't count all these other things, your health. And I want to show you what is the difference between a person who is working healthy and a person who is in the hospital who is unhealthy and not working. This is the amount of money they spend, and this is the amount of money you're worth when you're not in hospital. So, number one, lung transplant. And these prices, they are prices that you get when you're looking for the best medical care. So, lung transplant, which is number one. One lung transplant is $500,000. Multiply by 2, you have 2 lungs. Get that total. Kidney transplant, another $500,000. Multiply by 2, that's $1 million. That includes dialysis, the purification of your blood, because blood is life. Number 3, heart transplant. That's $1 million. Factor that in. Number 4, arm prosthetics. If today your arms are cut, you need arm prosthetics. And where will you get them? You have to buy them. That's around $30,000. Leg prosthetics. If today your legs are chopped off because they can't walk, you need leg prosthetics, and they are $50,000. Factor that in, friends. The other thing, number 6, brain surgery. If you have a brain disorder, maybe you're epileptic, and you need to go for those MRI scans, and you need brain surgery. That's around $100,000. Number 7, eye cornea transplant. Your vision. Many people depend on vision for their businesses, to look at that laptop, to look at those things that you're doing. Eye cornea transplant. You have 2 eyes, so that is $30,000 times 2, that's $60,000. Okay, number 8, stomach surgery. The stomach, the place where all your food goes into. If you have a stomach disorder and you need surgery, you need to heal that area of your body, then you need like around $10,000 on the higher side. Then number 9, we have bone marrow transplant. Bone marrow is just an area in your body which helps with the cell production for your blood. That's white cells and red blood cells. And they're very important. People who suffer from leukemia actually go to the hospital to seek for this bone marrow transplant. Many of you don't know that they have a bone marrow. If you're affected today, you'll have to seek it. And it goes for $1 million. Number 10, which is the final one, intellectual capital. You've invested a lot of time getting this education so that you can be able to work effectively in your businesses. It doesn't matter what you are, a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a filmmaker, a media person, all these things. You spent a lot of time in school, in classes, and you had to pay for them. Your parent had to pay for them, for that matter. How much is that information? If you add, it goes to around maybe $300,000 on the higher side, or $30,000 on the lower side if you're in Kenya. You can translate all these amounts into Kenyan shillings. So, guys, do the math. Add all these figures, all these amounts of money that are spent to be healthy so that you can be in that business. And you'll find that it comes to around $4.5 million. That is 450 million Kenya shillings. Just imagine. Are you there? Are you sick? You're not sick. You're healthy. You have your lungs. They're functioning properly. You have your kidneys, they're functioning properly. Your heart, you don't need a heart transplant. You have both hands, both legs. You don't need a bone marrow transplant. You've been to school, you've gone to college, you've gone to university. You've qualified to be worth 450 million Kenya shillings. Imagine. And yet you want to be a millionaire. I think from today, guys, you should change and say you want to be a billionaire, because you already are a multi-millionaire with your health alone. Because you will agree with me, in all businesses, in all relationships, you require a person who functions properly, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You're not depressed. You have no mental condition. Your physical body is okay. Your physical organs are okay. So you're worth 450 million Kenyan shillings. What can you do with 450 million Kenyan shillings, guys? What can you do with that kind of money, man? Guys. So stop shooting yourself in the leg. Stop looking down upon yourselves. You are very important. It doesn't matter if you're a waiter. It doesn't matter if you're house help. It doesn't matter you are unemployed. There are people who are unemployed who are watching me. Guys, you're worthy more than 450 million Kenya shillings. As I told you, this is where it makes sense. And I hope I've engineered that sense unto you. Think about it. Continue doing your math. And from today onwards, know that you're worthy more than you think. This is SenseGraphe. Till next Monday, it's a wrap. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, SenseGraphe. Subscribe right now for more of this kind of information. You won't get it anywhere, just right here. It's been a pleasure. Hope to see you next time. Salute.